No, the George Harrison documentary together about
Oh.
Paul is dead.
Paul is dead.
Oh,
And
let's
I
talk
have the
about that.
cancer.
And I have the cancer.
Okay, so Austin and Thomas watched this really shitty documentary on Tubi called George
Paul's-
Harrison's Last Testimony. Is Paul Really Dead or something like that?
Let's give the proper context. Me and Thomas saw this as kids. Our mom put it on. She's like, "It's true."
No,
Holy
no.
shit.
I remember telling her I had the same reaction with Inland Empire. I'm like, Mom, why are we watching this? This is fucking stupid. And she's like, maybe it is true. Maybe he was high when he said it. Maybe it was the last thing he said and he decided to mess with people.
I love how when we were watching this, Thomas, we're like, "This is like one of the worst George Harrison impressions I've ever heard."
You remember like the part of there, like every time they bring up it was full, and they always have that stretching sound.
Yes.
That's fucking annoying.
Whenever they try to make it look like that he's changing into Paul, they just go.
So it was bad editing, I guess.
Yeah, and it's done like 10 times in the film.
And then remember the guy like he's like, yeah, that's why the Beatles they made. Oh, you hear George? That's why when we went in the studio, we made the album yesterday and today to reflect exactly how we felt at the time.
It's not even a real album.
And don't even forget that he says that they recorded "Let It Be" after Abbey Road.
You're right.
He was like, "Yeah," and after we finished Abbey Road, we moved on to "Let It Be" when problems were arising.
And then
And I was like, "What? That doesn't make sense. What?"
we went to India, and for some reason, Mia Farrow was there.
Yeah, I love how he doesn't explain it. He's just like, she was just there. Also, he just randomly at points will just change his pronunciation of Paul. Sometimes it's Paul, and sometimes it's Poo, sometimes it's Po.
He can't
I'm
get
like,
the
what the
Maxwell.
fuck?
He's mixing up different accents from England.
I'm like, dude, this is the worst George Harrison
Well, here's the
impression.
thing. You guys kind of had a Mandela effect with the intro, because we all thought that he said, Paul is dead and I have the cancer.
No, you gotta say it right. Paul is
He's
dead,
dead.
and I
No,
have
no.
the cancer.
Paul is dead, and I have the cancer. It's a really bad impression. No,
But that does not happen in the movie.
no
Which
I was
is weird.
disappointed.
Because I saw that movie on YouTube because when I was in high school, a bunch of people I went to school with were like, dude, it's real. I can't believe it. I'm shaking. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And I'm just like, this is bad. Like, everything's so inaccurate. But I remember him saying that. And then you're telling me that he doesn't. I'm like, was I watching a different movie now? I don't know.
What makes me really laugh though is that guy when he put it out, he was like, "This is a serious movie. This is a documentary." And then like whenever he got shit for it, because he also put out an Elvis one, he got a lot of shit
We
for
need
it.
to
He was
watch
like, "It's a
that one.
mockumentary. It's a mockumentary. It wasn't real. It was all a joke."
You know why
Stop.
he did that, right? Because he didn't want to get sued.
Yeah. And then he was making political documentaries. He's like, "But these are real."
And he's like
These
best
are
friends with Alex
documentaries.
Jones.
He is. He goes on his show a lot.
You can listen
Where
to
they turn
him.
the freaking frogs gay.
You can listen to him on shortwave radio, ladies and gentlemen, with all the crazy kooks
Oh.
and Christian weirdos.
And then an officer named Maxwell discovered Paul dead, and he said he looks like a walrus.
That's when John got upset and started screaming, "No, I am the walrus."
It very much upset him very much.
Yeah.
And then Ringo, the most talented member of the band, the most useless member of the band, was there. And then John decided he recorded a clip saying, "Fuck you, Maxwell."
I love that how at the end of the documentary, they're like, once the Beatles broke up, everybody was devastated, but Ringo didn't care as he was the most useless member. He was just happy to be there.
And then
And I'm like, what a dick.
Paul married a woman named Linda Eastman. He married her because she wanted to have a music career and told him if she didn't, she would reveal his darkest secrets. And then Linda eventually left and he married the woman on the back cover. What did he say her name was?
I can't remember. Some stupid shit.
And then it's like, and
Wait.
she also wanted to have a music career.
So Linda was
Lovely Rita.
oh my god.
It's awful.
This is
man.
a terrible documentary. If you want to watch it for a
You
lark,
watch it on Tubi.
go ahead.
For free.
Or just watch it on YouTube. It's probably there
can
somewhere.
It's
have a
not
good
anymore,
laugh.
actually.
Oh,
You
they
have to
took it
buy
down?
it.
Yeah.
You have to buy it.
What a rip!
You have to buy it or watch it on
I ain't
TV.
giving that fucker money.
So you gotta watch it with commercials or not at all.
I'd rather watch it.
Fuck you, Maxwell.
What does that
Maxwell.
even mean? What? He just pulled all these stories out of his ass.
There's literally one part to where he claims that guy Maxwell took them into an alley and beat the shit out of him, and I'm like, yeah, of course. You can make
Oh,
up
yeah.
anything when it's in an alley.
He
I
came
guess.
up with British intelligence. Didn't want like the fans to kill themselves if Paul died. and-
Yeah, because MI6 was like, no, yeah, it's gonna cause a mass suicide, and we can't control that.
I just love the fact that this dude didn't even research, so he thought the American Beatle albums were the definitive ones.
He thought the best one.
part. Yesterday and today was our
It
newest
was
record.
a statement to say how much we miss Paul. We put a song like what's the fucking track list? I think he says "Drive My Car"
Yeah,
was
it's
the
on there.
track that it endeared how much guilt we felt that Paul died that night.
Driving his car.
And then here,
Oh, and then every time they mention that he crashes, they just immediately play a clip of a car crash.
we actually
So
gotta
bad.
watch it together because
We
it's fucking
do.
hilarious.
Oh well, this is kind of related, but there is this YouTube channel called The Rotten Apple, right?
Mhm.
And it's like these surreal videos about how Paul is really dead, and it's just random footage of just Paul dead and just like the album covers being like all stretched apart and stuff. There's no like rhyme or reason behind it. It's just that it's kind of like an ARG before ARGs were a thing. And there was he had a website, right? And he said that he was gonna have an ultimate announcement, and like, cause this was like in 2011, and he had the countdown on the website. So when the countdown ended, nothing happened, and so he stopped posting for like a few years. And I think like last year he started posting again, and it's still nothing but Paul is dead bullshit. And I messaged my friend, and he's like, "Oh no, not again." And
He's bad.
it's still just like him reversing Paul McCartney's solo music, saying that he's William Campbell, the true the lookalike, and he's like mirroring the Sgt. Pepper album cover to show the words "He died" and all that stupid shit.
That stuff is so dumb.
I know. I don't get it. Like,
Tell me on Dittman.
that too.
Tell me on Dittman.
Honestly, I don't know why everybody believed the Paul is dead rumor. It's cool in Beatle lore, but it's also the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
We called the album Rubber Soul to describe how rubber Fall really was with all the plastic surgery.
That's a
God.
real line.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here,
The
and
guy.
then he got in a car accident. Did I mention he got into a car accident?
Plays car crashing clip twice.
In case you forgot, Paul was in a car accident, and his mother was there when he died.
Even though his mom died when he was like 5 years old.
The McCartneys were very, very bent up when they saw their son's body. Paul's mother was crying.
What the fuck is that movie?
It's great.
Oh.
We need to watch the Elvis one, man. We really do. I want to see it.
That one's gotta be a hoot.